Real Genetic Demon, and this is What's on the Tape, Season 17 of Volume 8. So this week I chose these ones because I kind of like the way the tapes look, with the all see-through and the sort of tape reels inside it. I kind of like it, so I chose these two. So at least 4 games here. We've got Haunted Hedges on this one, apparently, and we've got Supergram, one of the worst games ever, on the other side. If you remember Supergram from the TV show, if you were old enough to remember that. So we got Supergram, terrible program, terrible. You know something, I really didn't like Supergram. I think the only thing I really liked about it was the beginning song by Billy Connolly. Anyway, on the other one we've got Frog Hopper, and then we've got Angler. So somebody was thinking, I don't know, ponds and water, maybe, with it. But anyway, I just love the tapes. I love the reels. I love the way they look, and sort of, you know, the way they sort of go through there. So that was my entire reasoning for choosing these two this week. So without further ado, let's get one of these into a tape drive. Okay, the tape is in the drive, so we go down to our favourite, which is Loaded It. So we got a basic and Loaded It. We're actually on the. I swapped them around last week. You know, when we had some issues. I think it was. I swapped around from the +2 grey production line to the +2A. Well, these ones actually have some compatibility issues because what they did, I think, and somebody will correct me in the comments, I believe. The thing about digitalization of things is that if you're going to keep the same model of things, the way you save money is by reducing the chip. Well, hang on. There's some music here. I definitely had loading sounds earlier, but I can hear music. Let me hang on. There's some music here. That's we like a bit of Ghost from the Past music. Let's just have a little listen to the music. There was some music there. I can hear that. Let me just press the play button. I'm not sure what the band is, but I'm going to keep that short because usually what happens is I get hit for flipping. Well, I don't get hit. You get a copyright takeover by the musician involved, but somebody can work it out from that tiny little clip there. Something about a mambo. Very weird. Anyway, but if you can work it out, still hear it click in the background there. We'll skip through it, otherwise I get into trouble. There we go, gone past. But if somebody could work out from that tiny little clip of what it was, well done you. Anyway, so yeah, technology. If you're going to use the same technology, more music. I know there's Spectrum games on here because I heard it. Hang on, we'll put this in here again. We'll have a listen. We'll have a listen. You have a listen, I'll have a listen. Ready? Something bopper beat? I can't remember. Do you know something? That's kind of surprised me. I know for a fact the game's on here because I heard it earlier when I tested it. This is the Frog Hopper. Let's have a little look. Let's fast forward that a bit. So the way you solve problems with technology. Come on, Spectrum game, please. I guess he maybe needed a bit of music before he started the Spectrum game with our own these. Anyway, so... Oh, that's not good. That sounds like the Spectrum... This is what I tested. I was like halfway through. I hear Spectrum noises there. I hear Spectrum noises as we go along. But anyway, technology. So basically we went from production grey, which had a higher chip count to a lower chip count. So you reduce the chip count basically by changing things. So in I believe in the +2As they changed the memory chips out. So they were different, which then affected whether or not certain games were so compatible. Clever that they reduced the chip count to reduce the costs, but it's like dropping a tape counter on these things. It's horrendous. Who would drop a tape counter off these things? But yeah, that's the general gist of it. So if you want to reduce your chip count, you
you basically change memory locations, which means it still works, but it means games like Paperboy aren't meant to load, but they still do. That's the honest truth, they do. They're not meant to load, but they do. There was a +2 B, and I don't think there was a C. I think the C is your +3. I think that's your C equivalent of it. I've seen somebody do an E version recently, which is an interesting one because an E's kind of a mishmash of somebody cut up and done it. It's somebody's homebrew version of a Spectrum. So not quite your Omnis or was it ZX Speccies, is it? I think they're called, or something similar. It's not quite those, but I think this might not be on here. I think the music has overtaken it. If that's fine, I've got PlayZX handy, so we can probably get Frog Hopper off there. I've got Frog Hopper somewhere. Pretty convinced it's turned up on What's on the Tape before. Pretty convinced of that. I've got a beverage. I hope you've got a beverage too. Yeah, I think not quite run out of tape yet, but I think we're close. I love watching these reels go around because it reminds me of those big ones that were in like radio studios. That was the ones that were there back in the day. To be fair though, when I was early in my sort of computing career, I went to a very large computer show in the Birmingham NEC. And one of the things they showed us was technologies for backing up data, specifically aimed at TV and production. And these things still use tapes, but they used lots of tapes. And it was a massive production thing. So they were literally burning off the tapes really quickly, sticking them in through the machine. And it was like a conveyor belt of tapes that were fed through to record. It's very clever stuff, to be honest with you. Very, very clever stuff indeed. I have to admit, I was quite impressed by the right Frog Hopper. I spelled it wrong. I hate the way do you know what? I hate being. I'm of a certain generation. We weren't really up for this. You know, we weren't really the ones. So we've got Frog Hopper. We've got the Dixon's version of it, and we've got the Walter Tone software version of it. It looks like the Walter Tone version was the original. So let's get this tape flipped over quickly so that we can go get a bit. I don't think it's Supergram on this one. Oh my God, we're finishing with Supergram. I get to sing the song. Stand Back Superman, Spider-Man, and whatever else it is. We've got Supergram. What was the name of the actress that did that? Wasn't she kind of famous for other things as well? I think. Well, she was kind of well loved. She died not that long ago, if I remember rightly. There's a really weird bit about it though. She was quite young. She wasn't as old as the sort of TV series kind of made her out to be. She was a much younger woman at the time. Of course, we didn't know that. We just thought that any woman with a grey hair and glasses and obviously wearing sort of tartan was clearly a very old woman. So clearly, stay away from tartan, the ladies, if you want to look younger. Yeah, it was just. What was that thing what was the name of it on her head? What was the name of the hat? I think it has a particular name. I can't remember what it was. Completely on a tangent here. The children's TV of the 80s and 90s, brilliant stuff. But at the same time, just so weird. I mean, it's there's the what was the one? Rent-A-Ghost. Remember Rent-A-Ghost? I used to love Rent-A-Ghost. It was like a pantomime on the telly, wasn't it? Kind of weird, but cool. I don't remember much about it other than the fact that I felt it was a pantomime and I laughed a lot as a kid. This is really about the size of it with me. I don't remember an awful lot of it. I don't remember a lot of them all, to be honest with you. I mean, we had Rod, Hull, and Emu. Mr. Hull fell off his roof, didn't he, when he was fixing his aerial? That's what actually happened to him. He fell off his roof and died. And then we had Sooty and Sweep, didn't we? Sooty and Sweep. Yeah, there was a lot of weird and wonderful things. Put some of your. The thing about it is, I don't think some of these things would work nowadays. I'm not sure the kids watch that kind of things now. They're all watching cartoons and Netflix and things like that. They don't watch telly like we watch telly, because we'd all watch He-Man on the weekend or Thundercats as part of Alive and Kicking or whatever it was, and we'd watch or Tiz was, and we'd watch the cartoons that were through that, and Scooby-Doo and all the other things. And nowadays they have to give Scooby-Doo a message beyond the beware of the scary ghost creatures that always turns out to be human. That's that's all the message with that was: fun, games, and just genuinely being nice. Nowadays we have to have a message that goes with it. I understand that the series Velma is the worst rated program on Rotten Tomatoes. So that's kind of sad. Frog Hopper, written by Andrew Taylor, Wall Tone Software. I for info. Let's do I for info. I for info sounds like a good idea. There's some weird looking characters there on the screen. What's that about? Info. Cross the road and beat the cars. Then head for the lily pad with the turtle. Right, okay, what are the keys? Oh my god, it's cursor keys. And 0 jumps you forward. Forward, backwards jumps you forward. Why would you jump? Oh, it's jump forward. Right, okay. Right, okay. I can't. That start bit there makes me want to say it goes Frog Hopper, but it doesn't, obviously. Right, K for keyboard. P to play. Do. So, right, okay, so I'm the little frog at the bottom. Bom, 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 bom. Gotta watch out for the C5, it's the most dangerous vehicle on the road. Uh-oh, frog is vibrating because he may end up in trouble there. How the heck are you going to get across there? That's impossible. I don't think I've played Frog Hopper before. Well, certainly not this version. How are you going to get squeezed through that gap? Seriously? Look at the C5 gap at the top. We meant to jump it or something. There's like one gap there. Look. You can't go backwards. Blooming brilliant. Amazing. This is going well. How the heck am I meant to get across there? 0 to jump. There's 0 to jump. Let's do 0. It doesn't do anything. Press 0 there. What happened there? Game. Yeah, I got the game over bit of it. I mean, to be fair, it's pretty impressive. It got a re-release. It got a re-release. It's amazing what got through, wasn't it, back in the day? I mean, to be fair, you've got to remember that not only the writer of the game was also the game tester of the game. I mean, he must have thought it worked. I don't know how I'm going to get across here. No, it's not. There's no gaps. There's like one gap there. Right. Okay. I'm going now. There's a gap there. Look, I'm going. No! Truck got me! Crumbs! Oh, this is fun. He says, squinting his eyebrow and looking like The Rock, obviously. You know, when he does his eyebrow squint, because that's his, like, big thing, isn't it? He's like an eyebrow squinter. What the heck? You're never going to get through that gap. You can't move fast enough. Hang on, is this a case of this? I've got to press this fire button and it makes me go faster or something like that? Yeah, I know I'm going to press the button. Wall Tone Software. What's it? Right. No, I pushed the jump button. I can't jump. Oh no, I've got a truck up my bottom. I'm never going to get past this, am I? Oh really? Really? Look, the truck's going to get me. I'm going to get hit to the edge of the screen now. That's it. Truck has driven into my behind. In some places, you'd probably pay for that. But in this case, we're not playing for... you can't... That second row, there's only one chance to get through, and it's there. Look, and there's no way I can get through that gap with these two things coming. There's just no way. There's no timing in the world that's going to get me through that gap. Seriously? There's another gap there, look. But there's no timing in the world that's going to let me get through that. I move the same speed as they move. That's impossible. That's really, really, really... That's a tough start. That's a tough start for anybody, that one. Frog Hopper. That's a pretty tough one. I think I've got that one. I think I got that on the re-release, to be honest with you. I think I was on DK-Tronics or whatever else it is, the re-release. Oh, I forgot with this one, the monitor does that when you restart. It goes completely off when it does the restart the spectrum. So apologise for the upscaler doing its thing. I know it's not the right resolution. I know they're a bit wide, but I don't really like it squidgy when I'm doing a big one like this, because it's nice to see the whole screen and everything on there. Lots and lots of detail and lots of things. So we're on to the other side of this tape, and I can't even remember what's on it. Turbo. I can't remember what was on the other side of this tape now. Isn't that terrible? Turbo something or other. Oh no! I put the wrong blooming tape in. I put the wrong tape in. I meant to put the Angler one in. What is this one? What's this meant to be? Haunted Hedges. That's not Haunted Hedges with this turbo loader, is it? Is Haunted Hedges a turbo loader? I've got to put the wrong one in. I meant to put Angler on the other side of that. Let's put Angler on. Sorry about that. Right, let's do load dip, and we'll do Angler first, and then we'll go to Haunted Hedges, which seems very exciting indeed. I think I've played Haunted Hedges once or twice, but it's definitely turned up on the old what's on the tape. Nature of the beast that it has. I tell you what, though, in the repertoire the box of magical tapes, there are a lot of tapes, a lot of big ones. Huge tapes, lovely big juicy tapes with loads of stuff, and there's one of them which has got on it, written on it, and it's beautiful. It's got written on it, and it's like typed. It's been somebody's put it in a typewriter. I knew that was going to happen because it didn't start very well. This is going to be one of those episodes, isn't it? Where there's a lot of R-tape errors, but anyway. So it's got typed, a lovely bit of typing on it on the front of it, and it's typed on the front of there things like Hungry Horace and Wheelie and things like that. And I'm like, yes, that is a tape for us. That one's calling my name. But this week I want to do one with these lovely reels, because to be fair, it makes a nice picture for YouTube. On the old YouTube. Not that anybody cares, by the way. Nobody watches this channel at all. But if they did, they'd enjoy 17 seasons. 17 seasons of what's on the tape. 17 seasons of me doing specky things. I'm going to get the old PlayZX out this one, because that's not working either. So let's do that one as well as PlayZX. To be fair, when I put them in, I was a bit worried about the sound quality on them. They all sounded a bit quiet for my liking. So let's press break. We list this. See what's there. Loading Angler. Well, that's fine. I'm not going to change the paper so I can see it. Yeah, right, okay, let's find Angler on here. This is one that I've got, and I know this one because it came on the Virgin range, and it was there we go, Virgin Games, 1983. Now, I like this one. I quite like this one. It's one where you basically go fishing. You kind of dangle your rod and do that. It's basis of a load of fishing games on mobile apps nowadays, I guess. Lots of people do the play this one, but I quite liked it. I quite like those Virgin tapes. Actually, I think I've got every one now, though. By the way, not the whole Virgin Media range that they did, but all of the ones on the pink and blue background, opposed to the Silverbird blue. Sorry, did I just say pink blue? Yeah, I did, pink and blue. Yes, that's right, pink and blue. They're pink and blue, opposed to the pink and black of the Silverbird range from British Telecom. Actually, those big boys there. You know, that's the ones that are there. Here we go, Virgin Games. So actually, we didn't get a very good loading screen other than the fact it says Virgin Games. Isn't it funny though that so many companies were involved in this back in the day, and then kind of, I don't know, they didn't hold out, did they, to the end of it? I mean, there's this whole weird perception which never really happened for us. There's this people hear about the video game crash of the 80s, and they hear about this. Now, it never affected me. It never affected any of us microcomputer users in the UK. It was an Americanism. It was very much our American cousins. They basically saturated their own market with too many games and too many consoles and all this kind of stuff. And the resulting effect is there was a crash in the whole thing. But I didn't know about it. In fact, I didn't even experience it. I was still loading Spectrum games in the 80s and 90s. We all were. We didn't care, and it didn't affect us with the Commodores. It didn't even affect us really with the devices that made it across to our shores. So the Mega Drives and the Super Nintendos and the Nintendo systems and the Master Systems didn't really affect us. Even the Atari stuff, the 2600s. I don't think I saw many of the next one up, the five whatever it is, but it didn't really affect us. It really, really didn't. I guess I'd like instructions because I haven't played this in ages. There we go. You're the little man in the boat. You're trying to catch as many of the little fish as possible, even those ones, as possible. Even you may even catch small versions of those angry, sharp-toothed ones. Take care, though, you must avoid the large ones, which are disastrous. You should avoid the crabs. Let's say they'll eat your catch. And you can catch the young ones of those will eat the crabs. All right, cool. Didn't know that. So you get the young ones of those, you can eat the crabs. And then all of those, and you escape being eaten. So the keys are 5 and 8 to move left and right, and to cast your line, to continue to drop the line, to release it with any other key, basically. So let's do that. 5 and 8, left and right. Okay. Enter your name. It's me, Mario. Difficulty 1. Don't need to be too tough. So this is my man over here, and I just need to drop my line. Oh. You got to kind of get the mouth of the fish. I remember this. I kind of like this. Right, okay. I haven't got a fish yet, though. I want a fish. That fish is my fish. First thing I got is a crab. Don't want a crab. I want a fish. I got fish. There's one fish. I got the fish. Quite like this. It's like an aquarium game, There's the idea of an aquarium sort of fish catching game. I'm trying to go deep. We'll try to go deep with the fish. Let's go deep. Oh, I'm just stomping all over the fish. It's pretty tough, actually. I'll be honest. Look. I want to get big fish. Big fish. Big fish. Can't miss a big fish. Oh, a little fish there. Another little fish. Got another one then. I've got a certain number of casts, have I? Oh, look at that. My casts. No, I don't. It's just difficulty. Oh, got another fish. I did all right there. Got 30 points in fish, 0 crabs, and 0 angry mouthed ones. Oh, I got it all the way down. I haven't got any crabs. I don't really want crabs. Nobody wants crabs. Watching one of my favourite movies recently. I realised how clever and smart it was. I think I told you last week, to be fair, that I watched The Guard. Very, very clever and smart. I like that. Wow, got a big fish. Did good there. I wonder how many casts you get. Do you just keep going until you run out of fish? Maybe you just run out of fish. You just get infinite numbers. It's one of these chill out games, isn't it? Relaxing, fish grabbing. There's another fish. Maybe you just clear the level. You just keep going until you clear the. Yeah, because I think there's a space now where I've grabbed fish. Oh God. Yeah, another one. Yeah, I think there's spaces where I've grabbed the fish so far. No, the little ones are actually quite hard to get. I'll be honest. It's surprisingly difficult. There's another fish gone. Oh, don't get cocky with the crabs. Oh, I quite like it. It's quite good fun. I quite like this one. Do you know something? It's a cheap game. You can find it quite cheap easily. It was a budget title. It'll have had the makers' names written in it. Oh, you get 100 casts. That's all you get. Well, you got 120 points worth. That was all right. I quite enjoyed that. You can even print out your score. I mean, that's so Spectrum, isn't it? We get print out the score. Would you like to print out your score? Yes, I'd love to print out my score. No, I don't want to print out the score. I wonder if I can press break. No. And then, no. Break. Yes, it's a basic program. List. There you go. So subroutines there. Tell you what, though, it's got pretty good movement routines, though. When you've got when you're dropping the bits down the bottom, because one of the things you often had struggled with is the in key buttons. So there's an in key there, in key dollar button. That's kind of the part of the program. Of course, the program has to run through, so it has to translate the basic into what's actually happening in machine code on the screen. So it often is slow, but in this case, I think our developer, our writer here, has. There's our fish going down the screen. Oh, look, it's even pre-laid out, look. So that's the pre-laid out bit that goes across the screen as it moves. I think he's used a bit of, code of some sort to speed up that process. So I think there's a bit of peeking and poking going on here that speeds it all up. Not seeing it yet, but I'm sure it's there. There's the sounds, the beeps, the doo-doo-doo noises. Pretty clever, though, isn't it? I mean, it is nice to see that. Certification of merit. This is certified on previously beaten level and print it out. I like the way you can certify yourself and print it out. I can't see the code, but there's a bit at the beginning there. So this is defining. They're defining that data. There is defining the graphics. Cool, isn't it? Bit of spectrum geography there of sort of the memory layouts, realistically. Right, let's see if they can get this haunted hedges to work. I rewound it with my finger, the old school style, where you get a pencil and you stick it in the socket and you turn it round until it does what it needs to do. That's what happened there. Bit of old school specky goodness. Let's see if we can get haunted hedges to work, though. I'm interested to see why it says turbo, though. Turbo. I don't like turbo loaders. Nobody liked turbo loaders. None of us liked turbo loaders ever. Haunted Hedges. I've got it. The re-release, the original one, by Micro Mega. Right. Well, we'll stick that in, and then we've got to finish with probably one of the worst games ever on the ZX Spectrum. Super Grand from Tynesoft. Tynesoft, notorious for disastrously awful products. Is there any good Tynesoft products out there? Come on, name a good Tynesoft Spectrum game. Don't think there were very many good ones, to be honest with you. I remember this. I don't hate this game. I don't mind Tynesoft either. I think it's fine. But I'll be honest, they didn't make very many good games. So it's kind of it's one of those scenarios, isn't it? That you go, it's not the best, is it? I'm surprised anybody took the time to actually copy Super Grand, to be honest with you. But would we have copied anything back in the day if you had a limited access to games and things? Would you have just copied it? If your friend had a copy of Super Grand, would you have done it? That's the question. Would you have done it? Would you have put Super Grand on your mixtape, your compilation of goodness? This is a 16K game, by the way. So it's 16K. I'm hoping it doesn't say the word turbo. No, it doesn't say the word turbo, which means that the game that's probably on there is not the game we're thinking of. It needs to be load code, though. So when you load it, standard mode code, because it's a bytes game. So let's stop that, and let's push the button again, and we'll do load code. So maybe the Dixon's re-release was a turbo, because there's a Dixon's re-release. It came on there, one of their plain, unbranded, sort of horrible grey box of a thing that they did. I quite like them, though. I have a collection of them all. So those horrible ones that came from sort of Curry's and Dixon's. Was it Curry's as well? Curry's did it as well. I think we can. Curry's, I think, was blue though, wasn't it? It's like light blue. Dixon's was that horrible, well, just disastrous sort of grey cardboard. I guess if they were cheaper, I suppose that's okay. I think. Oh, I've got a beverage. I hope we've got a beverage too. Got coffee. I'm not I've had quite a bit of coffee today, but I'm thinking that I may have found the ultimate sponsor for me, considering the amount of coffee I have drank from them recently. I'm thinking Costa might like to come along and actually give me a bit of a sponsorship deal, because oh, hang on. Are we there? Oh, don't press any buttons. Don't press any buttons. Some data to be loaded. There we go. Yeah, cause ooh, I can't remember what Haunted Hedges is like, actually, to be honest with you. Yeah, because I've been drinking a lot of their coffee recently. Quite a lot of their coffee. Mainly been treated to them, which has been very nice. But yeah, quite a lot of coffee. Right, what do I have to do? Start the game, exit the game, I for instructions. The object of the game is to steer your man around the maze collecting gold coins, which are little points, which is points. You must avoid the 4 ghosts which come out to eat you. Oh, it's Pac-Man. I didn't remember that. You use the picks to kill them occasionally. That's fair enough, and they'll run away. There's chests, there's sapphires, there's talismans. Have lots of fun. That's all right. I like to have fun. Thank you, Derek Brewster. In 1993. Oh, I can change the keys. My God, that's a feature. Right, left, up, down. Yes, perfect keys. Those are the perfect keys. If anyone tells you otherwise, they're Dave plays Retrogames badly, Birdsall. So these perfect keys. There we are. There's my little hedge. Oh wow. Oh my God, I love the isometric perspective. I've not played this. I know how this came, by the way, packaged. I've got this somewhere. It came packaged as oh God, don't eat me. I like the 3D angle. It came packaged in a sort of one of those kind of a black sort of sleeve with just a picture of the game itself in the middle of it. Now I probably a bit like, because I used to like I used to love the ones from Firebird. I probably would have. There we go. Ate him. I probably would have. Oh, didn't move. Probably would have bought this because of that cover, but I never saw it in my home city. So because I never saw it, I didn't buy it. But this is damn good. This is a damn good Pac-Man clone, and the ghosts are pretty frisky, in a good way. They're frisky. They're obviously swerving off occasionally, but they seem to be pretty frisky. I like it. I like it a lot, actually. I think when they said have fun, they were not kidding. That's really nice. Oh, got me. Let's see if I can get up there and get this one sorted. That actually, I like the sort of isometric view as well. I think that's really good. I think somebody's really went to a great deal of effort with this. I'm mightily impressed. Oh, damn. I ran the wrong way there. That was me. Yeah, because he keeps running in direction. I didn't realise that. It's he does move like Pac-Man, entirely like Pac-Man. These are the days, by the way, when you could clone a game and it was all right to clone it. This is good. This is a good one. I'm having another go. You can just sit and watch. Just you sit there and watch. Yeah, you know, this were the days when you could clone a game, and that was perfectly valid. You were allowed to do that. That was the thing. They do move away from me when I've got the pickaxe, which is kind of cool. Little pickaxe. I don't know why it's a pickaxe, but yeah, that we could clone them. A lot of people in the comments have previously speculated, and they're probably correct. I'm going to go at the sapphire now in the middle. They speculated in the comments, and I would have played this with my friends. We'd have tried to beat each other on this as well, and we'd have called it Pac-Man as well. But Haunted Hedges. But we speculated in the comments that, of course, that it was difficult under international law to prosecute the people who had stolen, you know, your intellectual property back in the day. So there's been a bit of speculation in past that that's probably why it was nobody really kind of came after anybody for it, because it was all about international law, and we're talking about the 80s here, and I'm sure it was available, but it wasn't quite the same as it is nowadays, where it's a lot easier to do that kind of, I guess that legal action is a lot easier between countries than it was back then, and as a result, people didn't do it. I really want to clear a level here, actually. I'm quite keen to clear a level. Quite keen to eat this thing. Quite keen just to go around here, and I'm quite keen to eat all these little pack pill type things and get on to the next level. That is really, really good. What a brilliant little Pac-Man this is. I didn't know what Haunted Hedges was. I have not played this before. I'm pretty convinced it's never turned up on the old, sort of episodes of What's on the Tape. I'm pretty convinced of that. If anybody knows differently, tell me which episode, and that'll be very impressive if you give it time to watch 17 series of the whole thing, with an average of 10 each. And there's a creature on the other side of that. But as I say, I'm impressed. I'm quite impressed by this. Yeah, definitely, a game worth playing or owning for the Spectrum. Yep, definitely worth it. And they even pursue you for a while as well. The AI is brilliant. Remember, this is 16K as well. Even more impressively, this is a 16K game. That's really nice for 16K. The perspective on the ghosts is really good. Yeah, it's definitely a game worth adding to your collection if you can get it. As I say, very much a Micromega, wasn't it? Micromega was the publisher originally, and as I say, it was the cover that was on the front of it. Look at this! I'm absolutely wiping through the levels now. I've kind of got it a little bit, but they are quite tough, these ghosts. You kind of really do have to use them. Oh God! And there was a big chest there. You kind of really have to use the. I'm gonna get that. I got a chest there. You really do have to use the pickaxes at the right time to sort of clear the areas around them and shift all around. That's really good, though. That's really impressive. I am quite cool with this one. I can't remember who said in the comments it was nice to see me play a game for a bit longer one episode. Yeah, sometimes it is, and especially when you've only got a few to play, it's sometimes a lot easier just to spend a bit more time on it. And just enjoy the process. It is good. It is very good. Very good indeed. Oh, wow. I was trying to get to the talisman and ran into the pink ghost. That was really good. Look at my score, 8,000. 8,530. Now beat that. That's a good score to beat. Right, okay, let's move on to it. I can't believe this is the Super Grand to end with. Yes. Super Gran. Watch the screen thing flash up in the bottom corner. Apologies. This is a 48k game. 48k game. It's as I say, it's Tine Soft. It comes with a dreadful cover of Super Gran. It's amazing to think these things got that, because Sooty and Sweep got their own game, didn't they? A number of things did. Why didn't Rod Hull and Emu get one? I don't know why didn't they get one? I mean, did they? No, they didn't. They definitely didn't. Ed the Duck got one. Bloomin' heck, Ed the Duck got one. It's actually not a bad game, Ed the Duck. It's a bit Bubble Bobble, not Bubble Bobble, Rainbow Island. So it is Bubble Bobble, but it's the next sort of iteration. It definitely got a showing along the way. Very quiet thus far. All quiet on the tape. I was going to say Western Front. Have you seen that on Netflix? That's worth a watch, actually. So that's a brutal war movie. If you like war movies, I was watching a historian review that, and he sort of said it's pretty damn accurate, unfortunately, which tells you a lot. Tells you a lot. Nothing so far on the side of the tape. I know there was sounds on it. I heard it the other day. It's like that other one, which is like half recorded over with music. Whatever that tune was. We like those, though. We like those kind of tapes. I know that it's on here, because I heard it. But this is probably where I heard a bit of it. Nothing thus far. You're definitely there. I can't believe I'm going to have to play ZX Super Gran. I bet nobody's ever done that before. Super Gran. I think it's on my channel. I think I've played it on multiple formats as well. It's on the Commodore 64. It hit a few of them. I don't think it's on the Amstrad CPC. I think you managed to avoid, the Amstrad unit has managed to avoid that bullet. But definitely. Really? I must have just heard Haunted Hedges on the other side of the tape. Somebody hated it so much they recorded over it with silence. The sound of silence, the sound of the of 1983 for you. 1983, 40 years ago. Haunted Hedges, 40 years ago. That's amazing, isn't it? That really is amazing. 40 years this year as well. It's definitely not on here, is it? I'm going to look at the tape. There's no tape left, pretty much. There's a little bit, not much. Right, okay. I'm going to have to play ZX Super Grand to finish off with. Oh, God. Oh. Super Grand. My goodness. Who copies Super Grand? Who copies it? I know it got some replacement. It got a few things that were replacements, didn't it? It got put on a few multi-tapes as well. Probably hasn't got Super Grand. Oh no, it does. Oh my God! It got re-released twice. Got re-released by Tynesoft again on an alternate version, which was 4 minutes and 40 seconds to load. Don't know why that was the case. Then one that originally was 2 minutes and 57. This is extremely weird. Supergram. Or maybe it's a speed loader. Anyway, so, and it got a re-release from Dixon's as well. I tell you what, that's a bit of torture, isn't it? Somebody's like, yeah, let's get Supergran. Everybody loves it. I can't believe I'm putting myself through this torture. Actually, I'll be honest. I don't normally complain much about the games I'm playing, but I do feel a little bit like there's a bit of torture involved in this one. More torture than usual. Just a tad, a smidge of pain on this one. A smidge of pain. There we go. Based on a TV series. Tyne Tease TV. Oh my God, when we had regional telly like that. Wow. Tynesoft. I wonder, were they related? Were those two companies related? Was Tynesoft part of Tyne Tease? ITV, based on the series Supergran. I almost went a bit Scottish there. That's what she's got her right head as well, that tartan. Supergran tartan. Addison Industrial Estate. The Tyne Weir. Did a bit of Geordie there almost as well. Donald Campbell. Yeah, he's probably Scottish then, wasn't he? Possibly. Don't know. That might be that might be a bit wrong to say, but he might have been Scottish. Especially with a name like Donald Campbell. I wonder if he's proud of it. I wonder if Donald Campbell goes to a thing and said, I create Supergran, the computer game. He's probably really high up now. He's probably worked somewhere else. He's probably racing as the past now and trying to get rid of the whole thing. He's probably not called Donald Campbell anymore. He's called Dave Bellcamp. Just to cover everything up. Dave Bellcamp. Hiding it all. I don't know if he did the C64 version as well. I wonder if he did. That was very much the Spectrum version, but just with C64 different because they had sort of different graphical modes, and they just had like a one that was kind of, I don't know, a sort of very high res like the Spectrum was. Spectrum was high res in comparison to the Commodore 64 in the context of certain modes. They could go up and down. Same with the Amstrad CPC. It had modes where it would allow it to do more pixels per sort of section than anything else. Right, okay, music credits. Oh my God, everything's whizzing past so fast, I can't believe it. Super scores, define the keys. Now, there's different bits in this game, if I remember rightly. There's like, it's my keys anyway. OP, space, perfect. Right, we'll do that. 5 to start. Sheet 1. Right, so I think I've got to shoot down all of the other psychopathic grannies in there. Oh God, got killed. I've got to kill all the grannies in their vehicles. There's the music being played, the Supergram music. Stand back, Superman, Spider-Man, and whatever it is too. It's just dreadful. And they shoot back as well, which is even worse. I'll be honest, the shooting back part about it is even the worst part about it. Let's have another go. Because they're so accurate, and you're so blooming big on your stupid motorcycle. Your moped with your shopping trolley, Super Grant. Get away! Oh, my superness is going by getting shot. And you got to keep moving. It's like Doom. It's like Doom, but with old deers on bicycles. There we go. Come on, make me happy. Yes, get to the sheet too. All right, what have I got to do on this? I can't remember what I've got to do on this. Oh, I've got to jump over things. That's right. You've got to just jump over stuff. That's not doing anything. There's a cat. What am I meant to do? What am I doing? Right, I died. But what am I doing here? I'm jumping over things, and I think this is a time-based trial. This, I've got the ability to fly because obviously I'm super grand, so I've got the ability to fly. Got to avoid the jet planes. So thus far I'm doing very nicely at avoiding. Oh, so I've got to jump over that. Right, okay. Mental game. There's like different things as well. Other things about the oh god, about the 80s is at least we had like our games were often multi-dimensional. There'll be like one mode to do this and then something to do that. You don't get that nowadays. It's just like you're playing the same game over and over again, and they put in sub games for the whole thing rather than it being part of the experience. I've just died again. That was just rubbish. I'm a rubbish granny. I want to send me down to the old folks' home instead of letting me out and killing other grannies on bicycles. That's what we need to do. Send me out into the wilds of deepest, darkest Scotland, and I can do that. I'm assuming she was Glaswegian though. She had to be Glaswegian. She wouldn't come from Edinburgh to be super, of course. Well, she could have come from Edinburgh. Oh, I can move. I forgot. Oh, I can move when I fly. Ah. Oh, bums. Oh, bums. Oh, so I can fly around, but I've got fuel. What have I got fuel? Is it like fart gas or something like that? There's a granny wind. Alright, okay, so he's going to come back. What are you going to do now? Are you going to come back my way? So what have I got to do? Save cats or something? Oh, hang on. What am I meant? Oh God, I've got to go. I can move on. Oh God, I didn't know that. So I've got to fly somewhere, do I? I didn't even know I could do that. There's a fuel ump. And I got to fly, avoiding everything there. Just keep flying on. I didn't know Granny was meant to fly on. What was this about? Seriously. I'm gonna keep my thrust up using my diesel, my granny diesel. I can't do that. Can't land on that one. Oh, can I? Little ding there. Let's fly. Let's fly, Granny. I don't know what I'm meant to be doing though. I'm meant to be saving cats or something. Well, why would I not want to save cats? What do I want to do? What am I meant to do here? Okay, somebody who's a super grand aficionado. There's a big word today. Aficionado. Can you explain what I'm meant to be doing? In my oolong hat. Am I meant to save cats or something? I feel like I want to save cats. Alright, cat's gone. Bums. Yes, I'm meant to save cats. Because I'm an old person, of course I'm meant to save cats. Of course that's what I'm meant to be doing. That explains a lot. I understand the whole premise of the game now. I am here to save the kitties. It's a... Damn! Died with my superness. I'm there to save kitty cats. I didn't realise that. Right, I'm having another go now. Now that I know that I'm meant to save kitty cats, I didn't even know you could fly off the screen, you know. I've played this many a times. I didn't even know. I just sort of stood in the middle of that screen, flapping up and down the screen. I didn't even know you could do the up and down motion on it. Come on. This is... come on. Done it. Right, okay, so sheet 2. Sheet 2. It's like bed sheets at an old folks' home. That's what it is. And then we've got hit by a hot air balloon because they're deadly to grandmothers. But we got to collect a number of kitties, otherwise she won't be happy. So Super Gran needs a kitty or 2 or 3. Here we go. Let's get some fuel for her. Some more gin. Because she's a granny. She'll be fueled by not gin, but by sherry. That's probably what she's fueled by. Sherry and mince pies or something like that. Possibly. I don't know. I'm making it up as I go along. Probably isn't fueled by gin and sherry. Oh, the balloon is now getting right in my way. I can't believe I just died like that. Did I get the high score there though? Let's do it again. Oh, damn you. Yes, no, made it. Let's see if I can go the other way. Can I go the other way? Oh, you can fly the other way. You can fly any way you like, as long as you're not getting attacked by the... Right, okay, let's go this way. I want to find a cat, and I want some fuel. There's a cat. Let's save the cat. We have saved the cat, and have died in the process, but we saved the cat. Of course, that's what all Super Grands need to do, save the moggies. The stray cats that need saving from jet planes, hot air balloons, and cars. Like that old-fashioned car there. I've saved a moggy. One moggy down. Now we'll keep them balloons coming. Did I save another moggy? No, but... Did I save the car as well? Hang on, was the car also an option to save? Yes, the car is an option to save. So the only thing I have to avoid is balloons. Hang on, is the plane an option to collect? No. Can't collect planes or balloons, but you can collect cars and moggies. Was it was it her car that we were saving? I don't know. Billy Connolly, the music for him. I love the way it's done that. Billy Connolly at the bottom there. Good old Billy Connolly. He was the voice of Super Grand. Anyway, I've been your host, Real Generate Demon. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and we'll try and get a good tape next week. We'll see if we get a nice big tape next week, and that then will be our choice at the end. So if you remember the beginning of the episode series, beginning of the series, we always have a choice of a compilation to finish on. Have a little look at that first episode again. See what you fancy. Put your name in the old comments below. And tell me what you want for that final episode of the season before I take a 2-week break and come back with season 18. Anyway, I've been your host. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye now.